Traditional foreign woman archetype is one of the most effective, high IQ strategies for men who want to escape modern Western dating dysfunction and find truly feminine, loyal, and family-oriented women. I will be explaining why many traditional women are not in the West. Will break down how they're raised, what they value, and why they're high value. Introduce some countries where men can geomax to find these types. Caution men about what to watch out for. For example, scammers, culture barriers, westernized influences. Let's be honest, the most of the West is cooked. The average modern woman is not loyal, not feminine, and not built for legacy. So where some of the wise men go when they want peace, purity, and family, they geomax. They go where traditional women still exist, and they're not on dating apps. Why the traditional foreign woman is high-value, raised with family-first values, not feminism. Taught to cook, clean, support, and serve, not compete with men. Modesty, chastity, and loyalty are core traits, not old-fashioned. They want a strong man to lead, and they're proud to follow. Their beauty is often natural, their spirit cooperative, and their love unconditional, if you're masculine, faithful, and committed. What to watch out for? 3 o'clock, 3:45. Not all foreign women are traditional. Some are westernized or grifters. Learn the culture, respect it, and lead with clarity, not simp behavior. Avoid scammers or women just chasing visas or handouts. Choose small towns, conservative communities, and churches, not tourist traps. Why it works. You're leaving a culture that shames men for being masculine, and entering one where men are respected, women are grateful, and families are sacred. You don't need game. You need purpose, discipline, and leadership. In these countries, your masculinity is an asset, not a threat. If you're tired of games, ghosting, and chaos, stop fighting upstream. Go where your values are still respected. The traditional foreign woman still exists, but you have to leave the Western matrix to find her. Why foreign traditional women aren't in the West feminist indoctrination. Many Western girls are raised to prioritize independence, career, and equality over traditional roles of wife and mother. Cultural noise and social media pressure. Influencers push instant gratification, rebellion, and self-expression, not self-sacrifice or nurturing. Education reform and cultural norms. Schools and media glorify careerism and sexual liberation, while devaluing homemaking, faith, and submission. Result? Many Western women declare, "I want it all," but end up empty, burned out, or unable to fulfill traditional family roles. How traditional women are raised and what they value. Family-first upbringing. Strong emphasis on home, siblings, respect for elders, chastity and purity education. No sexting, no hookups. Clarity on sexual boundaries from a young age. Domestic training, cooking, cleaning, manners, hospitality taught as strengths, not chores. Faith and community, deep roots in religion. Orthodox Christianity, Catholicism, traditional Christianity, etc. Regular attendance at church. Core values, modesty in dress and behavior, obedience to father and future husband. Service-oriented attitude, emotional loyalty. She remains committed through hardship. These women are high-value, low sexual market noise. Their value comes from actions, not social posts or dating profiles. Cultural and domestic preparation. They are already trained in home management, child rearing, and family dynamics. Respect for masculinity. They appreciate and even seek strong male leadership, without challenging it. Emotional stability and humility. No entitlement. No desire for fans or followers. Only partnership. Caution. What to watch out for westernized traits. University education or time abroad can patient women with entitlement. Visa hunters or scammers. Some seek economic gain, not relationship. Look for authenticity. Small-town upbringing, strong family bonds. Cross-check social media. Cultural language barriers. Communication style. Worldview and priorities may differ. Learn basic language phrases. Respect cultural norms, and plan visits to understand customs before committing. Family influence. Expect involvement from her family. This can be good or controlling. Approach cultural differences with respect, not irritation. Typical approach strategy. Learn about the culture and their language. Be aware of gender dynamics, family expectations, and hospitality norms. Lead with purpose. Show you have long-term commitment, not shopping around energy. Meet the family respectfully, bring gifts, be humble, be grateful. Small gestures go a long way. Stay firm but kind. While navigating cultural differences, don't cave on your standards or neglect respect. The traditional foreign woman thrives because she comes from a culture where family, faith, and femininity aren't disposable. Geomaxing isn't about escaping your country. It's about finding peace and partnership in a place still investing in values that sustain legacy. Just enter with respect, intention, and awareness, and you'll find a woman worth building with. I may do a video on geomaxing to other countries more in department another time. But here are some ideal foreign traditional countries that would be ideal, which are mostly Eastern Europe and a few other countries. But here are a few countries to name. Russia, predominantly Eastern Orthodox, rooted in traditional gender roles and family life. Ukraine, Orthodox and Greek Catholic, with strong rural traditions and family values. Serbia, Orthodox conservative. Women often serve as proud homemakers. Romania, 98% Christian, with deep Orthodox influence in rural areas. Bulgaria. Orthodox Christianity governs cultural expectations for modesty. Georgia, one of the oldest Christian nations. Patriarchy and strong family culture. Armenia, early Christian nation. Emphasis on chastity, family, and church tradition. Moldova. Over 95% Christian, highly family-focused, conservative values. Belarus, Orthodox Christian majority. Traditional gender roles respected. North Macedonia. Orthodox predominance, strong communal and family values. Montenegro, Orthodox with conservative rural communities. Greece, 93–98% Orthodox. Culture deeply influenced by church and family. Cyprus, nearly 89% Orthodox. Strong church-state cultural bond. Poland, 92% Catholic conservative values. Strong national identity. Hungary, 65% Christian, Lutheran, Catholic, Protestant. Growing conservative family policies. Philippines, 85% Christian, mainly Catholic, with strong family and faith values. Ethiopia, 75% Orthodox. Heritage includes women raised with religious discipline. Paraguay, 90% Catholic, one of SA's most traditional family-oriented nations. Mexico, rural regions. 89% Catholic, particularly in village settings, where traditional values persist. Costa Rica, 82% Christian, conservative and family-focused culture. Why these countries are prime for geo-maxing. Deep faith roots. Traditional Christian doctrines shape values. Family-first culture. Homemaking and service are esteemed. Cultural consistency. Fewer radical feminist influences. Focus on rural towns or religious communities, not capital cities or tourist hubs. Learn local customs and language basics before considering serious commitment. Be wary of westernized locals aiming for visas, cultural misunderstandings, or abrupt family integration. Approach with genuine interest, respect, and long-term vision, not adventure or status. The musical or choir woman archetype is a beautiful expression of spiritual femininity, emotional discipline, and creative grace. She reflects the softer, more nurturing side of womanhood, often shaped by religious or cultural foundations. This type is rare in the modern world, but incredibly valuable for men seeking peace, beauty, and loyalty in a partner. She doesn't scream for attention. She sings in harmony. She's the girl in the church choir, the pianist in the corner, the soft-spoken woman who connects with God through music. This is the musical or choir woman, and she carries a type of feminine beauty that the modern world forgot. Why she's high-value music teaches her discipline, emotion, and humility. Choir and performance demand routine, teamwork, and focus. She's emotionally expressive, yet deeply respectful. Often raised in Christian or traditional households, where music was a gift, not a performance for clout. Singing, piano, violin, or sacred music often means she's grounded in faith and femininity. Core traits. Emotionally intelligent but emotionally stable. Often introverted or observant, not loud, chaotic, or wild, feels deeply, but chooses loyalty and peace over drama. Likely values tradition, routine, and spiritual connection, finds beauty in creation, not destruction. Where to find her: church choirs, worship teams, or traditional faith services, music schools or classical performance circles, cultural events, piano recitals or conservatories, faith-based women's retreats or classical education communities. The musical or choir woman doesn't seek loud platforms. She worships, expresses, and lives in rhythm with peace. She's not for everyone, but if you're a man of depth, leadership, and faith, she'll bring music to your legacy, not just your home. The artistic soul woman is an incredibly nuanced, high-value archetype. She blends creativity with introspection, depth with softness, and often embodies authentic femininity through personal expression rather than public performance. In a world chasing artificial attention, this type stands out for her sincerity, soul, and emotional richness. She doesn't move for followers, she moves for meaning. She paints, writes, sings softly, or designs, not to impress, but to express. This is the artistic soul woman, a rare type of feminine energy that flows from depth, not dopamine. Why she's high value. She channels emotion, passion, and creativity into beauty, not chaos. She's usually deep, gentle, emotionally layered, and introspective. She lives in a quiet world of feelings, meaning, and creation, often feminine, but in an effortless way. She's not trying to be seen, she's trying to create. She values truth, emotional safety, and authenticity over trends or approval. Core traits: emotionally intuitive, soft-spoken, and observant. May struggle with overstimulation. Values calm, clarity, and personal time. Often spiritual or philosophical in thought. Avoids conflict and chooses depth over noise. May love painting, writing, design, dance, photography, poetry, or crafting. Where to find her: art galleries, painting classes, or pottery studios. Libraries, writing workshops, book cafes, farmers markets, thrift artisan fairs, vintage bookstores, niche online communities around art, literature, or healing. The artistic soul doesn't show up loud. She shows up in colors, in silence, in stillness, in beauty. And if you're a man who leads with purpose and peace, she won't just follow. She'll help you create something eternal. The intelligent builder woman, tech/science/future-oriented archetype, is an uncommon but powerful type. She embodies the rare fusion of mental sharpness, discipline, and respectful femininity. While modern culture often encourages smart women to become combative or masculine, this archetype retains cooperative energy, humility, and a desire to build beside a smart man, not compete against him. She doesn't argue just to win, she studies to understand. She writes code, solves systems, builds, analyzes, but she still smiles with grace. This is the intelligent builder, the rare woman in science or tech who kept her femininity intact. Why she's high value. She's disciplined, logical, and solution-oriented, traits that make her loyal and predictable. She understands systems and long-term thinking, making her ideal for building a legacy. She's often calm, analytical, and less emotionally chaotic than attention-seeking types. If faith-driven, she's one of the most grounded and forward-thinking wives you could ever find. Core traits. Likely works in STEM. Data, programming, engineering, lab work, or research. Extremely organized and mentally sharp. Doesn't waste time. She values purpose, planning, and efficiency. Not always soft, but deeply feminine when she trusts you. Highly loyal and not easily manipulated by social media or gossip. Where to find her: engineering departments, tech colleges, research labs, science-focused forums, workshops or data meetups, tech boot camps, online learning platforms, conservative STEM environments, or faith-based science communities. How to approach her: show structure. She won't follow chaos. Speak her language, logic, vision, problem-solving. Don't flirt. Converse deeply and lead clearly. Prove that your leadership isn't emotional. It's directional. The intelligent builder doesn't need to prove she's smart. She builds quietly. She doesn't compete with men. She respects them. And if you're a man of action, vision, and integrity, she won't just support you. She'll help you engineer the life most men only dream of. You've now seen what high-value women actually look like. Not in filters, not on dating apps, not on your phone screen, but in real life. In tradition, in spirit, in peace. But here's the truth most men ignore. You can't attract a high-value woman if you're still a low-disciplined man. Want a rare woman? Become a rare man. You want the innocent girl from the café? Be the high-trust, safe, and strong man who brings her safety and clarity. You want the Christian wife in training? Then walk with godly discipline and structure yourself. You want the loyal homemaker or feminine athlete? You better show up with masculine routine, peace, and purpose. High-value women aren't looking for chaos, lust, or weak leadership. They're looking for a man who lives with vision, stability, and direction. How to become him without burning out. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent, humble, and improving daily. Stick to the basics. Good diet. Basic exercise training, 7-8 hours of sleep. Developing skill sets, praying, and learning. Daily structure and deep work blocks. No overthinking. No self-pity. Just purpose over pleasure. And legacy over lust. Intelligent discipline. Equal sign, maximum results with minimum burnout. Don't grind blindly. Work with direction. Build your career, your brand, your skill sets like a man on a mission. Avoid the dopamine traps. Endless scrolling, porn, junk food, cheap validation. Choose peace, choose clarity, choose long-term thinking, because the man who builds patiently wins quietly. This series wasn't just about them. It was about you. You don't find high-value women by begging, simping, or faking game. You attract them by being the real deal. So get to work. Become the man she's praying for. Because the future isn't given to men who wait. It's built by men who rise. And on side of that, you don't need to be Chad. You don't need to be 6 feet tall. You don't need to be the best-looking dude in your class on your social. You just need to play and implement with the cards handed to you and skip out on the low-value women. And guess what? Not being Chad or 6 feet can help you filter out the low IQ and low-value women without even trying. So stop worrying about whether the next dude is better looking or taller than you or not, like who cares? You will just end up losing your insanity over it anyway. And it's not cope, it's filtering through the demographics strategically. I'm not here to be a red pill or black pill or blue pill because life is much more complex than that. I will keep repeating myself to get it through your stubborn head. I will be doing a video on black pill versus red pill versus blue pill very soon, and how reality actually shapes it up. Okay guys, that will be it for this video, so please press like and subscribe to hear from my unique knowledge and wisdom, and leave a comment down below. Until then, I will see you in the next video.